Bose has released a follow-up to the successful around-the-ear headphone SoundTrue with the SoundTrue 2, a look that would be appropriate to see outdoors or in the home. So today we'll take a practical look at its overall performance, so let's get into it. Practical reviews. Although Bose has not been known to design the flashiest looking products, although sometimes extremely techy looking headphones, this is probably the most toned down neutral headset I've seen from the company. It's a smooth over-the-ear design with barely any Bose logo able to be distinguished from the rest of the headphone. The blue color option is a bit better at distinguishing the logo, but that's really only if you're into being a walking advertisement for Bose. The headphones have an overall slimmer look, but the materials on the outside get easily scuffed with little effort. The ear cushions, which are memory foam, are very soft and very comfortable, but they did collect a lot of sweat, even in what I may consider as room temperature settings. So like if your apartment AC was off for about 25 minutes in 85-degree weather. Inside the air cushion, it did seem roomy enough not to press down on my ears. Even though there is that deep slant, I did feel like my ears were touching the interior of the headphone. The ear cups do rotate and they give a little tilt for better fitting, although it has given up some of the flexibility of its predecessor. Overall, my comfort level, 1 out of 10, was probably at a 9. I could probably wear this all day long and not have any issues with fatigue. Bose has provided us with a couple coding options for Samsung and Android devices along with iOS devices to take care of native call assistance and volume controls. The functionality mostly lies in the auxiliary cord on the inline controls, so you have the ability to volume up, volume down, fast forward and rewind, pause and play, and a long press of the pause play button activates the phone assistant. On my Note 5, it actually activates Samsung's S-Voice or Google Now Assistant. I chose Google Now because I hardly ever use S-Voice. There is a microphone on the opposite side of the inline controls to take phone calls, which I found to be very problematic. It did a horrible job of picking up my voice on phone calls, and I think that's due to how slim the 3.5 aux cord is. It has very little weight and sometimes it bounces around, which causes the microphone to face the opposite direction away from your face. As neutral as the look of the headphones are, so is the performance, and that's not a bad thing. When I first put the headphones on, I felt like they performed excellently. This is a sing-along type of headphone, where you're so immersed in what you're listening to that without intellectualizing it, you just start to naturally start singing along with the song. Or if you're watching a thriller movie, your heartbeat starts to beat on pace with the soundtrack of the scene. The sound is just that impactful. And the point of the headphones is to submerge you in your audio content. Now that I've described what it's like to listen to audio via music or movie via these headphones, let's talk about the tones. I love the bass. It's a really controlled and precise hitting bass. There is a slight hollowness and it actually produces that kind of in-studio feel. There also is a good separation for the mids and highs. I listen to a lot of genres on this headphone. Hip-hop, country, soul, rock, EDM, neo-soul, and I couldn't find a song that could allow these genres to sound distorted. To me, these headphones, as far as sound quality, are about 2 steps below the Sennheiser Momentum 2, but that's not a bad thing. And the reason I say that is because the mids and highs are just not as precise, although I feel like I prefer the bass on the Bose better than the Sennheiser. So here are my final thoughts on the Bose SoundTrue 2. I'm a fan of the minimalistic and compact look, sort of a miniature version of the Bose QC25, though it seems less premium materials were used because of how easily the outside of the ear cuffs got scuffed. Bose giving us 2 coding options for either Android or iOS, I feel is a great way to satisfy the masses, though taking a phone call on the inline aux cord is a pain. The neutral sounding tones make this a great any genre headphone. It could improve some on the clarity, but it comes in at a price point that leads us to believe that future improvements can be made. One of the biggest areas I see for improvement could be the sound bleeding. It does bleed a lot, but other than that, these headphones are definitely a go. Either way, Practical Family, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.